What's going on, Top fans? It's Chris from CYB TV, and it's the post-match chat for Everton 4, Leicester 2, and let's just get right into it. It was a well-played game, full of action, edge-of-the-seat type of match, and yeah, we were unfortunate to concede 2 goals so early to have us trailing, but in all honesty, we worked exactly as hard as we needed to work for the last 2 matches. Um, the coach, he admitted himself that he made some pretty bad choices for in terms of like formation change and personnel change for the derby, but you could tell that he really worked hard and he really did what he can to change the look of the team for the Man United game. Um, that even poured over into our cup for the Leicester match yesterday, and it was exciting. We worked so hard. We did exactly what we needed to do. Yeah, early on, people like Romelu Lukaku, even Matthew Pennington, they didn't start as strong as we wanted them to, but Matthew Pennington, he really grew into the game, and so did Rom. Um, and it showed because Rom scored 2 goals, 2 crucial goals. Matty Pennington, he worked with Phil Jagielka to defend our back line. Um, Matthew Pennington, his mistake, his foul on I believe it was um, Albrighton, believe that's his name. Yeah. To get the free kick goal that they had scored. It was it was a cross. You could see he signaled to the players in the box that he was going to cross it in, but the wind, it was really gusty at Goodison Park yesterday, so the wind picked it up, put it in the back of the net. So I guess I was critical of Joe Robles. Um, he made a couple of very good saves. Uh, More importantly, the goal line save that he made with Phil Jagielka off of Ujoa's header. The first goal was scored 30 seconds in by nobody else but Tom Davis. Um, it was Kevin Rouse who picked up the ball in midfield and charged forward like he does so well. But the defenders picked him up. The ball came off his foot. TD picked it up, did a little rollover, and chipped it over the goalkeeper for first goal of the match. 30 seconds in, it was a great start. Everybody was cheering. It was a great feeling. Down the other end, um, this one was a bit on Mason Holgate. Maybe he should have made the tackle on Damari Gray. Uh, the ball was picked up in midfield. Damari Gray, he was the one who was leading the charge forward, um, and it was kind of a 3-way play. It was Slimani and Jamie Vardy was also involved. Um, Really, it was very sloppy defending. The ball ended up getting dished out to Islam Slimani, who was a player we actually were looking at over the summer. Um, Way too much space. Easy goal. He shoots it. It rolls through Joe Robles' legs. Goes in. Then it's 1-1. Then once again, like I mentioned, it was another counterattack because Leicester, we know from their title-winning season last season that they are very, very good on the counter. They're countering. Mark Albrighton was charging down the left flank. Matthew Pennington, he fouls him. He kind of charges in late, fouls him. Like I said, it was a crossing position. Nobody would have expected, it to go in. But like I said, it was very gusty. So he crosses the ball. The gust picks it up. The wind picks it up, puts it in the back of the net. Second goal was the cross from Ross Barkley to Romelu Lukaku. Ross comes on. The role he's been playing lately, he's been playing it very well. Out on the wing, he has more room to create. He takes it up the right flank, puts in an early cross. Nice, wonderful ball. Early cross has a lot of pace on it. Puts it on Rahm's head. Rahm was expecting it. Puts it on Rahm's head. Goes into the back of the net. That's his 22nd goal of the season. He extends his lead as the leading goal scorer for the Premier League. The only one who's really contesting him is Harry Kane, who's not fit right now. He's not playing. So that's good for him, for Romelu Lukaku. Another goal from the captain, Phil Jagielka. It was a corner from Kevin Morales. He puts it on. He misses the ball misses everybody. Comes and it looks like it might have been a set piece actually. Something they might have practiced on the training ground. Puts it right on Phil's head. It goes into the back of the net. That's his second goal in the same week. And it shows that maybe, just maybe, Phil Jagielka has some more in him. Maybe we shouldn't sell him in the summer. Continue giving him some opportunities, but in all honesty, we still need to look for some center backs. We have a very aging back line. And the fourth and final goal was another contributed goal, another set piece goal as well. Another corner from Kevin Morales. He picks it up at the far post, shoots it with his right foot into the back of the net. That's 4 goals. That's his 23rd goal as well. And we pretty much killed off the game. We pretty much killed off the game with Phil Jagielka's header. That was kind of the nail in the coffin, but it was even more sealed when Rahm scored his 23rd goal of the season. So Leicester, they have a midweek. They have a Champions League game midweek Wednesday, or no, sorry, no, it is Wednesday. They have a midweek game Wednesday. So you did get the feeling that maybe they directed their focus to the fixture against Atletico Madrid, because Atletico, they're a very good team. So you got the feeling, because they excluded Riyad Mahrez. They took off Jamie Vardy early. They rested some more of their better players. So you get the feeling that maybe they had their focus more on the Champions League match as opposed to this match, which totally works for us. In reality, the Champions League is a much more important competition. So they were directing their focus more to that. It was a well played game though. They did score 2 goals, but they didn't really seem like they were trying too hard. So that's fine. That's fine for them. Another win for us. We're tied on points with Arsenal right now. Actually, in the Crystal Palace match that's on in the background, Crystal Palace is leading 1-0, 22nd minute. About to be the 23rd. I'm kind of hoping that Crystal Palace can kill this game off as well, or just keep this lead, because that's going to be very important for us. And we have Burnley next over the weekend. I believe that's a Saturday morning game. That should be winnable. We are away, I believe. It's a winnable game. We just need to take it. We can, at that point, we could creep into the top 6. Arsenal are leading us in goal difference by 4 goals, I believe. We're closing the gap, boys and girls. We're closing the gap. It's looking good. Just real quick, some Everton related news. After the match yesterday, Ronald Koeman, he was asked a question about re-signing Ross Barkley and Romelu Lukaku. He said that his focus is more so right now on Ross Barkley's contract. They're going to offer him a contract, from what it seems, and it's, if he signs, then he stays. If he doesn't sign, then he gets sold. Gave him a ultimatum. Honestly, my focus would definitely be on keeping Ross Barkley. I would love for him to stay. I would prefer him to stay over Romelu Lukaku. If Rom stays, that's fantastic as well. But I would think that it'd be more important for Ross Barkley to stay. Yeah, if we sell Rom, it'd be it would be hard to directly replace him. But if we can pick somebody up who can score as many or more goals than him, then what's the problem here? Ross Barkley, yeah, we could find creative players, world class creative players if we want to spend the money. But personally, as a fan, as a blue, I would think it'd be more important to keep him. I don't know. It feels more. It feels right. It feels more important to keep Ross Barkley. And like I said, if we keep Rom, then that'd be great too. But as well, we are linked, and this rumor has kind of been floating around for like last week. We're linked again with Kieran Trippier from Tottenham for about £6 million. That'd be a replacement for Seamus Coleman. Now, Kieran Trippier, he came from Burnley. Then he moved to Tottenham last year, maybe the year before that. He's obviously not getting much playing time because he has Kyle Walker ahead of him. Like Kieran Trippier, he's good from my scene. Um, I guess that means the manager's really, he sees more potential in Kieran than he does Mace in that position. So that's good as well. Yeah, I mean, everybody's saying Mason Holgate's more of a center half than a right back. He did very well during the Man U game. He did very well as well second half of the derby, and he did well yesterday. So he knows the position. He knows the position, but I guess Kieran, he has that more that position grasped more. Mo Besic, he's back today competing with the U23s. His first game back in competitive football, so that's good. The U23s is good for him. Get him started slowly. So maybe that'd be maybe he'll be present in the final 5 matches that we have. Maybe he'll come off the bench a few times, or maybe he'll just stay in the U23s because he's been gone for a while. So that's about it, Toffee fans. Great match, running at 15 minutes. Um, Great match yesterday. It thought we're just looking up. Another great performance from everybody on the team. Uh, even the people who kind of grew into the game. So it was a great match. So I might do a midweek chat. Just more information that kind of pops up about Everton and all that. Because the season's running down. Like I said, there's like 5 matches left in the season, maybe 6. So obviously transfer rumors are just gonna start floating around everywhere, right? Um, so yeah, so remember, go check out Love Everton Forum. They're constantly keeping up to date with everything that's going on in the world of Everton. They're really helping me out with my views and my, getting the support for my channel. So go check them out. They're wonderful people, helping me a ton. And remember, go hit me up on Twitter at COYBTV1878. My other Twitter, it's ChrissyJ27. And PSN Cahill underscore X17X if you want to play me in FIFA. You guys have Titanfall, whatever, any games. And yeah, like, comment, favorite, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.